How y'all doing?
Great
time here, huh?
We're both back from vacation.
Are we?
Yeah. I was in Nashville. You were in
Amsterdam, smoking pot and going to the red light district over there. I don't know if you realize it.
I went to the Country Music Hall of Fame. I went to the Johnny Cash Museum, and NASCAR was in town. I saw Ross Chastain's. I saw his car on display, which was pretty cool. And
so I walked through the red light district and I saw all kinds of stuff in the storefronts. And then, of course, they sell marijuana like it's going out of style in Amsterdam. It's on every street corner. It's more prevalent than French fries. You want to compare trips? Let's go.
I know. I didn't. No.
Come on.
No. My trip was amazing for what I wanted to get out of it, which was NASCAR, barbecue, beer, golf. Played a lot of golf.
Yeah.
Good golf down there. $17 for 9 holes at a Muni course.
That was about the same price for a
No. No, we're gonna have to bleep all of this out. It's not even good to use anymore.
But more importantly, I mean, all this stuff is a lot of fun, and the construction season is kicked back in. People are out digging, moving dirt, building buildings. It's going great.
We just had a safety day.
We did.
Our last one, hopefully.
The legislative element has left the House. They're gone.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Summertime, school's out?
Summertime, school's out.
Nice.
That's done.
Did everyone get along and agree on anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they're going to come back because they've been ordered back by the president.
Okay. Yeah, great. So we accomplished a lot that I'm hearing.
Yes.
But no, I'm happy that we're back here filming. If you couldn't tell, a lot of the videos that we were using were filmed prior to when they were released. If you were really a true fan, you would have realized that. I gave you some hints throughout the videos. But today, we got a big week coming up. Not this week, but I believe.
Well, actually, it's the month of June.
See, this is why I need you here.
Workplace Safety Month. They've got several stand downs over the month for different safety elements.
That's what I'm thinking of. Is the first stand down is coming.
And it's coming next week, as a matter of fact. Not today, because today's Monday.
Correct.
It's coming next week. The first big stand down and first big thing out there is trenching safety. They're looking at and asking companies to put efforts into trenching safety, so we're a little ahead of everybody.
And if you're not familiar with a stand down, it's just taking, whether it's in the morning or the afternoon or at lunchtime, taking 3 to 5 minutes to just say, hey, let's remember how to be safe out here. And in this case, the topic is trenching. So we'll help you get set up for that. You could just watch this video.
The next one is going to be fall protection.
Yep.
And we'll bring you out something on that next week. But right now, we want you to gear up, get ready, and do something around excavation and trenching safety. I think that's important.
I think it's important, but in my mind, it's also one of the easier standards to understand because it's just kind of numbers.
It is.
If you can remember numbers, you can remember how to trench compliantly and hopefully safely.
And I always had a hard time with numbers.
That's a lie.
Particularly in school.
No, you're much smarter than you lead on.
I couldn't get through numbers.
Yeah.
But I will say, when we look at this, the number one when it comes to trenching is we need to have a competent person on site, and we need to have a trench report for every day.
Trench inspection and a competent person.
So one trench report for every day, at least, and one competent person on site at all times.
Can I take 2?
You want 2?
Yeah, I'll do 2.
Okay.
2, number 2, letter 2, whatever you want to say, stands for all your spoil piles, equipment, any other stuff that you might have laying down on the ground has to be 2 feet away from the edge of any of your excavations.
Okay, just 2 feet back.
2 feet back. If you've got a nice larger bucket, you could just do a bucket width away from the side of the trench.
But it's gotta be a 2-foot bucket or better.
Yeah, but I mean, most of those
Okay.
big buckets are probably, what, 30 plus inches?
I don't think so.
That's about a foot. It's about 2 foot. I would say your normal bucket and out in the field's gonna be 36 inches, I bet.
30, 36, but 2 feet back. Number 3,
Number 3 is what we spent a while talking about today. That's nothing more than having 3 feet of your ladder sticking up over your trench or your trench box.
or 3 rungs.
3 rungs, whatever you want to say. It is
3 feet.
it is one of the largest things to remember when dealing with ladders. If you're climbing up a ladder, you better have 3 feet or 3 rungs above the landing.
And then
4.
number 4 is we gotta have access or egress from that trench, that hole,
Right.
4 feet.
Anytime I'm 4 feet or deeper, I've got to be able to have a method of getting out and into the trench, whether it's a ladder, whatever you call them, your little chicken ramps you call them, or something else. I enjoy ladders. I think they're quick and I think they're easy.
And it can't be a folded step ladder.
I
Okay?
really hope
And
not.
it can't be outside the trench.
No, no.
It's gotta be here.
Yes, it's got to be in the trench box. It's got to be protected, so I'm not leaving my protection to go get up out of the trench.
Okay. And when we look at that 4-foot thing, nobody can be more than 25 feet away from that
That's
ladder
correct.
at any given time.
That's correct. I got to be within 25 feet. So if I've got a 50-foot trench, which is pretty big, I'd probably stick my ladder right in the middle.
Okay. And then we have 5.
Yes, 5 is what OSHA explains as anytime you're 5 feet or deeper, you've got to have a means of protection.
Oh,
in
I'm gonna
that
argue
trench.
with you. I think what you just said is friggin' wrong.
What he's pointing at is OSHA says technically 5 feet or deeper is the non-negotiable must-have protection, meaning you may need protection when you are lower than 5 feet, but you get rid of that need by doing your trench inspection and saying that the ground looks good, it looks stable, we're at 3.5 feet, we actually don't need
But
protection.
if there is a chance that
build up a
3.5
water.
feet
Yep,
could collapse.
yep.
Then I've gotta have some
Slope.
sort of protection,
Yeah.
slope, whatever you wanna call it.
Slope, bench, trench box. Benching I'd be careful with because you're really not supposed to bench in type C. And if you talk to a lot of operators out there, they'll tell you everything in Vermont's type C and we got shit soil.
Okay, so no benching it in type C. But
Yeah.
sloping you could do.
Yeah, benching is, I'm not a huge fan of benching. I like to slope and I like trench boxes. It's easy and it's fast.
Okay. 6?
6 is such an annoying one. Technically, trenching does have a fall protection standard.
But it really doesn't.
It doesn't. What it means is if you've got a trench that's got any visual barrier, whether it's, I don't know, vegetation, grass,
Pot, growing pot plants that you
yeah,
can't see
massive
around.
pot plants, yeah. So any of that stuff, if that is a problem, we've got to then allow to have some sort of fall protection
Warning
warning
line.
In my mind, it's your grade stakes with some caution tape or your survey tape. Something that tells me there might be a hole in the ground here, and it's gonna make me, stop before I walk into that hole.
7,
There isn't a 7.
8,
There isn't a
and you wonder why I get screwed up
Yeah,
with freaking
yeah, I know.
numbers.
The next one-
2, 3, 4,
The
5,
next one-
6. There's no 7, 8,
there's
or
a-
9?
There's a 10 though.
There's a 10.
I would say 10 talks about the 10-foot rule, which really is kind of what you'd call a best practice.
Yeah.
In my mind, anytime you're going 10 feet or deeper, or we know we're going to be in soil that may be
Contaminated?
that may be contaminated.
Brownfield,
Really, they talk when you get
around
down
a gas station.
when you get down laundromat, dry cleaner. When you get down to that 10-foot mark, the way the air circulates in that trench is not as good as when you're up at that 5, 6 mark. What I'm saying is you have the ability for air to kind of sit stagnant down there, and it might be bad air. So if we're going 10 foot deep or 10 foot and deeper, I would in some fashion want to monitor the air down there, do an initial check, make sure we're not sending guys down to breathe in methane or whatever else might be down there, diesel, oil.
Okay. 11?
No 11.
And you wonder why I had a hard
sorry.
time with numbers when I was in school.
I'm sorry. I would
Okay.
say the next one would probably be 15.
15?
Yeah.
What's 15?
15 talks, if you've got an excavation that's 15 feet wide or wider at the base,
At the base.
which is huge, not the mouth, the base, technically it just moves into an open excavation or a cellar hole, and we can move away from some of these trench-related rules. The problem there is the moment you go down and set a foundation in, you just created 2 new trenches on either side of that
On either
foundation.
side, the minute you put that foundation
Right.
in place, or the forms
Correct.
in place, you now have a trench on each side.
Yes. So
Okay.
anytime you're digging against the side of a house, that goes for that too. You got a trench right there.
Sure.
What's 18?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, boy.
18, he does
You
know.
jumped a bunch of numbers.
18
Number
applies
18.
if you've got a trench box, and at the top of that trench box, you've got an elbow. So let's say we got a slope that goes down into a trench box. That trench box has got to stick up 18 inches
Above an elbow.
Above that elbow,
Not above a landing
No.
surface, above an elbow.
the elbow. And the reason is pretty self-explanatory. We don't want stuff to fall down that slope and go into our trench box on top of our heads.
Okay.
Quick, fast, easy. How high can you raise a box off the bottom of a trench?
24 inches.
24 inches. What's the deepest we can go in terms of digging a hole before we need an engineer to tell us how to do it?
20.
20 feet.
20 feet.
If you find
So if
your-
I dig 20 feet and
Yeah.
I put boxes in place, that better be an engineered dig.
If I think I'm going 20 feet deep, that's the problem.
I'm gonna sub that out.
No, that's the problem. Because this rule doesn't get us in trouble when we know we're going 20 feet.
Right.
This rule gets us in trouble when it's 11:30, we look down and we say, holy crap, we're 24 feet down, what's happening? That's,
And-
yes,
And it's the deepest point of the hole.
yeah,
So I can say I'm 19 here
Right.
within my 20-foot thing.
That's a sketchy
But I
game.
just went another 3 feet to
Yeah.
drop my pipe in there.
doesn't matter if we've got trench boxes and every safety thing in the book. If you are 20 feet deep, doesn't matter if you're already doing it right, you've got to have a stamp from an engineer.
And now we're back to that 25 feet. Nobody can be more than 25 feet away from
A ladder.
a ladder.
Or an exit, I always say
Yeah.
ladder, but really it's
So
an
ladders have to be 50 feet, no more than 50 feet apart, right?
Yes, and to me, that's kind of my favorite rules of trenching. Do you have anything else?
I really don't.
Me either. I think,
Of course, you and I argue about the 34 degree and the 45
no,
degree.
I don't know what any of those,
sloping
I don't
stuff
know what any of those
where
numbers. Oh, 1 to
If you're at
1,
a type C,
1.5 to 1.
you
I
should be
like,
35 degrees. If you're at a type A or B, you should be
No.
45 degrees.
yes, you're 100% right. But when you talk to a lot of the people that we get to see, for the most part, we're dealing with type B, but really we're dealing with type C.
Okay.
And if that soil has been excavated before, automatically gets thrown into a type C.
Okay. Rapid fire. 1,
Competent person, in daily inspection.
2,
Spoil piles, pieces of equipment 2 feet away from the edge of a trench.
3,
3 rungs above the ground if you're using a ladder.
4,
4 feet deep, you need entrance and exit.
5,
5, you need a trench box 5 feet or deeper.
6,
That is your fall protection rule. You got to make sure you are outlining the edges of your trench if you can't see it.
7.
There's no 7. Yeah, you almost got it. No 8, no 9, you got 10. 10, I'm worried about air quality. 18 is talking about how high your trench box has to go above an elbow.
20 engineered.
20 engineered. 24 is your 24-inch rule where you can bump that box up 24 inches off the bottom of the trench.
25,
25 is how far I'm allowed to be from an exit.
50,
50 is how far 2 exits can be from each other. 50 foot.
I'd say you covered it.
I would say we probably pretty much killed it. Now, this was pretty easy for us to do. My challenge for you all out there is to do this with your crews next week. Whether it's lunchtime, whether it's when you gather in the morning, have this talk. And if you're not doing any trenching, then whatever. But if a lot of you I know are trenching, have this talk, have a conversation.
Or you will be doing trenching.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I know, isn't that
Yeah,
cool?
there's a
You
bird.
like that?
Yeah, there's
Huh?
a bird behind
You like
me.
that?
Yeah.
That is cool. We got a new 3D hologram thing going off there behind us
Yeah.
in case you're interested.
Thanks for sending that in. We actually got sponsored by a major tech company out of
China?
I think it was out of China, yeah. Thank you, Temu, for sending us some stuff to use.
But, that's kind of it.
That's it. We're just saying hi. We're back from vacation. We're ready to do some filming. And we're excited to be back.
And we're headed out on the road shortly with scoops for safety, so keep that in mind.
I actually just reached out to the team at Island Ice Cream. They said they're excited and they're waiting for our first order.
Okay, we got that going on, so we should start requesting those. We're headed next week up to St. Jay for a site visit and to go do some
Aerial lift training.
man lift training. Make sure you've got everything you need to be safe out there. And that's
I mean, yeah, I hope you had an amazing weekend. And quick reminder, it is June 5th, but in reality, I'm lying. It is June 8th. And what you need to remember is June is the month where our bodies are going to be adapting to this weather change. It is going to be 80s, 90s, the rest of the summer. This is the month. These are the 3-week period where your body is like, what the hell is happening to me? So take care of yourself, drink water. If you're getting hot, get some shade. Take care of yourself, take care of your crews.
okay. Hey, y'all have a good week. We look forward to working with you over the summer, making some site visits, whatever it is we actually do.
We don't know.
And we'll see you around.
Sounds good.
Is it?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't have the clicker to end.
We okay?
Yep.
Okay.
I hope this worked.
What are you doing?
I got to go for a mountain bike ride in about an hour.
Okay, so you got an hour.
Yeah.
Okay,
Look at the butterfly. It's a
Yeah.
monarch.
that's pretty cool.
I mean, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Have a good one. Thank you, guys.